Hello, folks. Let me get this out of the way first. I originally was going to post this during Thursday. Things got complicated, as you can probably hear right now. It blacked out. The full on power has been blacking out non-stop today, yesterday, and so on. Thursday through Friday. And probably through Saturday, too. It is going really freaking intense. And I'm rushing to get this video done before the power goes out again. So I'm sorry if it seems like I'm a bit antsy. And I probably end up making the video longer purely on my antsiness. I'm going to keep recording regardless of the power going out, but I'll tell you guys when. Now, Dragon May Cry Act 8 is finished. I was going to make it longer, and Act 9 was actually going to come out Thursday. Due to the power outage, no, that's not going to happen. I am simply being disrupted from all my work. I lost a good chunk of Act 10's work earlier. Was it Act 10 or Act 11? I'm way ahead of you guys on Act-wise, but I'll explain that near the end of the video. And it's really disrupting a lot of my work to get things done in a clean format, okay? I like being way ahead of you guys, or posting as I go when it comes to Dragon May Cry. It really depends on my mood. And it's mostly outlines beyond Act 9, I want to say. There's chapters done in Act 10 and so on, but it's mostly... let me see real quick. Yeah, mostly outlines. I am almost done with every single outline. Every single act I've pretty much mapped out to a certain point. I think I want to end it at Act 12 or Act 13, somewhere around there. Depending on how long I want to make the Shadow Act and Shadow Garden. Okay, because that's going to be the final story bit. Once they arrive in the Shadow Garden, that's the final bit. Okay. But to explain everything that... to dive into everything that happened with Act 8, the original plan for this was 2 acts, okay? This section with Amber, Thorax, and so on. You can kind of see where I started gutting out some of the storyline just after the flashback, and just as the soldiers invade. That was going to be a massive chunk of storyline, and I might have messed up the pacing a bit, I'm not sure, but I will be diving back into plot points I might have left behind during this one. The main idea I gladly got across, though, was Echidna accusing Amber of being a horrible leader, of not being good enough in her job. I would love to go back and expand upon it more, or dive into it in another plot point, because there's definitely room during the final act, because Amber will still play a role after this act, despite we're going back to Smolder and Spike, and the next act in particular, Act 9, will be diving into a certain dragon's backstory that we've been needing to for a long time. This is something we've been wanting to go back to, and I didn't want to make this act too big when I realized I would be leaving you guys on a cliffhanger with Spike and Smolder. And it just didn't feel right to pack so many acts into the Nidhogg section and then only do 2 in the Echidna section, but at the same time I didn't want to do 5 or 6 in the Echidna section. That seemed kind of stupid, because then I'd have to make Shiva's section the same amount, and then Stolas' section the same amount. It would get really freaking long. And I kind of have a deadline since the trailer for Season 2 came out. And I've already got a basic idea on what Season 2 will be. You guys might have already seen me lay the groundworks with a certain changeling character, which will play a massive role in Season 2. As well as a certain character that will be shown off in the end of season 1 that will be playing a major role in season 2. I can't quite spoil who that character is, but if you guys saw the ending of Devil May Cry's Netflix series, the season 1, the cliffhanger ending, I know I sort of said that Twilight is playing the Virgil role, but that ending clip was so good, I kind of want to do it again, but with another character I have been planning in this storyline. Plus, there's going to be a few MCU style endings to the story, okay? I'll dive more into that when we get into the Shadow Garden section. But we're pretty much done with Echidna for a good while. Up until the end of the Shadow Garden section, she'll be returning there. We're going to go right back into Smolder and Spike and dive directly into the trauma and bullshit and all the craziness when it comes to the next Dragon Lord. I know one of you guys mentioned in the comment sections, like, wait, is Smolder going to fight a Dragon Lord? Are we getting blue-balled here? No. She's clearly going to fight a Dragon Lord. That was always the plan. Just not Nidhogg. No. She's going to be fighting the only one left that could be it. I've been laying the groundwork on what she's going to be doing. I've been very blunt on the answer, okay? If not outright stating in multiple versions, in multiple alternate drafts, who she wants to outright murder. Okay? It will be clear by the time you get through the first chunk of Act 9 who is she after and what this whole act's going to be about. Did I get everything else that I originally I wanted to state in that other video? I will be posting Act 9 at the earliest Monday, possibly Tuesday, depending on how crazy it gets. Because, wow, it's getting insane out there. As I said, it's already blacked out multiple times. Twice before this video started because I had to restart. I'm not going to say anything more even if it blacks out. I'm just going to get this video done. What else did I want to say? If I want to expand more on my Ember and Thorax sections, I could write a solo chapter, or at least a solo side story built around the relationship, if you guys want it. Because there were so many ideas I didn't include with Thorax and Thorax and Ember. They are my preferred ship when it comes to dragons, okay? Spike and Rarity, always been a main thing since Season 1, okay? Even then, Gabby has taken more center stage for me when it comes to Spike. And while the main ship of this fic is Spike and Smolder, they are not, I repeat, not even close to top 10 for me when it comes to ships. They're better than Spike and Sweetie Belle. Easily. Anything's better than Spike and Sweetie Belle, dang it. Ugh. Sweetie Belle is not Rarity. She is not a midget Rarity. Please, people, seriously, you're insulting Sweetie Belle's character by even attempting to ship to work. Pair him up with Apple Bloom. That's more of an actual clone of Applejack. Or Scootaloo being an idolization of Rainbow Dash. This stick doesn't work with Sweetie Belle. She is not a clone of Rarity. She is not an idolization of Rarity. She fucking sucks at making clothes. She fucking sucks at other shit that Rarity can do. It's blatantly been shown in multiple episodes. She is not Rarity. You can ship the Spike with whatever you want, you sick freaks. But Sweetie Belle just makes no goddamn sense to me. No matter what way you want to write him. Okay? I usually write Spike as... Oh, blazes. I cannot talk today. I usually write Spike as this selfless, mildly boyish character, okay? The gamer, but not quite button mash level of gamer. I get why people might ship him with Sweetie Belle, But Button Mash is right there. If you want a gamer for her to get with, Button Mash is right there, you dumbasses. I know you want to be contrarian, but he's right there. There's a reason why that ship has been so fucking strong for so fucking long. Okay? There's a reason why most of the CMC ships are very bare bones basic. Scootaloo with Rumble, Sweetie Belle with Button Mash, Apple Bloom with Tender Tap. Well, actually, Apple Bloom had no one for the longest time, like maybe first base. But then suddenly she had a full episode based around a guy. I'm like, all right, we finally got a straight ship for her. Now, if only we could get the same damn thing for her sister Dan. It is shocking how little shit, straight shit, Applejack gets at all. We have Caramel, who may or may not be a relative of her. We've got Braveburn, who is more than likely a relative to her, dang it. More likely her cousin. And that is it. Don't even touch Big Mac, dang it, you freaks. Maybe Soren. I've gotten a few ideas for Soren and Applejack, but I can't write Applejack's ism that well. It is hilarious that I'm from Texas and she's the Texas girl and I can't fucking write her language. I can't write accents into language that well, okay? I can do an accent pretty fucking well, but I can't write these accents. When I write, it comes out as basic English because that's just how I write. It's even worse when you guys want me to write Sakura. I have had this crazy blue flower idea for Sakura in the back of my mind for literal years, but I can't seem to do it because I can't make the rhymes work. I've wanted to do an Applejack Spike month for a while, but I can't. I wanted to do a Spike month for each of the main 6, but I can't because I do not care much for Spike and Pinkie Pie. I might do it for like a joke or two. Spike and Applejack, again, I already explained the problems. Spike and Rarity have got too much to count, so I've done plenty of myself. Spike and Twilight, I've got maybe 1 or 2 joke fix out. I mean, in the back of my mind, I'm in my backlogs. Spike and Fluttershy, I've got this one idea I've been writing lately, actually, that I want to try out. Not as a full month marathon, but like a one shot, okay? But I still need to refine that one. And then there's obviously Spike and Rainbow Dash. When it comes to main ships, when it comes to main 6, exclusive, it is Spike and Rarity, and right below them is Spike and Rainbow Dash. That is a very underrated ship for me, and I absolutely love it, okay? Just the tomboy and the boyish character playing off each other, that's hilarious and adorable. When it comes to Rainbow Dash's ships, it's like right on the edge of knocking and Soren off the cliff, okay? Rainbow Dash ships have always been simple, okay? It's Rainbow Dash with Soren at number 2 for me, but number 1 for everyone else. Spike and Rainbow Dash is number 3. What's Rainbow Dash's 3rd ship? I'm not telling you, but I'm going to say it outright. It's not fucking Zephyr. I hate that dude. There is another ship that I ship so much stronger with Rainbow Dash, and I can't tell you who it is because it deals directly into SWWC spoilers. I have built that into one of the main characters of that storyline. And you will get the reveal in season 4, dang it. It is, their whole stick is built into the opening acts of season 4. The freaking side story for season 4 is built on that. The major one is massively integrated into that ship. Holy shit. And I cannot tell you who it is, but I can tell you this much. It is not Zephyr, it is not Fluttershy, it is not fucking Scootaloo. Get over it. And it's also not Spitfire. I might have just limited too much, didn't I? No, there's a few other choices. Especially since I already introduced a few characters in the fic that could be seen as red herrings. Anyway, I don't want to spoil too much for SWWC. This is a video about Dragon May Cry. This video has gone on long enough. The power just went out again. Anyway, go ahead and end it here. I will bring the series back on Monday or Tuesday with Act 9 as we dive back into Spike and Smolder and see what the hell happened with them. How their complicated relationship goes beyond here.